All right, welcome back to yet another weekly analysis of the Nigerian stock exchange market. The first stock on our list will be Cornerstone Insurance PLC. So from the look of things, based on the fundamentals projection, right, and the books, the accounting books of Cornerstone, the stock is currently undervalued, which means that we're looking for price to go higher. So looking at price here, price just broke this corrective trend line, and we've gotten a big Marubozu close, right? So what we can do here is we can wait for a retest, which is this guy right here, before we go long. Wait for a retest before we go. Right, but at the moment one can actually place a buy here. This is actually a good place to buy, being that this stock is currently undervalued. So this is a good place to buy. Or if you're conservative, you wait for a break, which is happening here, then wait for a pullback, right, to come lower. Then once price is going back up, you place a buy to trade higher, because Cornerstone Insurance is currently undervalued, right? The next one is Jais Bank. Jais Bank at the moment, similar to Cornerstone, right? You could actually place a buy right now. This is a good time to buy right now. So we're going to place, we can say buy here, BUY, buy at this price at the moment. Let's do for Cornerstone, similar thing. Either you buy now, right, or you wait for a retest, whichever one. If you're aggressive, you buy now. If you're not, you wait for a retest before you buy. So this is a good price to buy, 6 Naira. Jais Bank is a buy as well. Mikio, sorry. Mikio is also a buy because it is currently undervalued. Based on fundamentals, Mikio is currently undervalued, right? The intrinsic value is at least at a $90 based on fundamental analysis, right? Is at 90 Naira, and this is a full body close outside the downward trend line, right? So we can place a buy here, or we wait, like I said before, we wait for a pullback before you shoot higher to this point, or it takes out this high and go higher, possibly go higher, right? Possibly go higher. So a buy here will actually be good to place a buy here. Buy. Let's make this, how do we edit this? Background color is black, right? We'll say buy should be green. Yeah, green. And it should be bold. Buy. So we go for Transnational Corporation of Nigeria PLC, Transcorp. This stock at the moment, right, is currently severely undervalued, right, which means it's a good buy as well. So if you're being aggressive, like an aggressive buy will be a buy from now, right? Why a conservative buy will be a buy will be a buy after we wait for this to get cleared. Let's see, moves on to Ray, so we can put this here, waiting for price. Why is this doing this? Wait for price to clear out liquidity at this point, right? So if this should go lower, clears out this low, takes out this low, second low and the third low, liquidity is resting at this point here. The buy side liquidity is resting here. I'm sorry, sell side liquidity is resting here. Then we can adjust this, right? Adjust this, wait for a break of this trend line. After a break of the trend line, a retest of the same trend line, then we look to go higher. So this is what we're looking at, right? This is what we're looking at for price to go higher. Okay, so at this point you can actually buy this. You can actually buy this because the stock is currently undervalued. The intrinsic value is at 19 Naira, but it's currently at trading at 43 Naira, right? So this is over 100%. Its price is currently at 50% its intrinsic value. So this would be a good buy at this point, or you wait for the confirmation, the technical confirmation, which would be price breaking, clearing out liquidity at this low, at this 39.45 low, right? Then pushing up against this trend line, a strong break, then a retest, then we'll buy, similar to what we have in cornerstone. Yes, similar to what we have in cornerstone, right? Liquidity here was cleared, then a break to the upside. So you can buy this. It's a full body candle break, a Marubozu break, or if you're conservative enough, you wait for a pullback, then watch price action before you place a buy. So it's similar to what is happening there. So if you don't want to wait for that, you can catch the falling knife by buying this right now, or you wait for the second buy, which would be the confirmative buy, right, which would be at this point somewhere here. Mansard, similar to what we have in Mansard. The fundamentals for Mansard is actually quite good, right? We have the base intrinsic value and the aggressive intrinsic value. So the same thing, you can choose to buy now, or you wait for a confirmation, right, for price to break out of this corrective trend line. Now mind you, this is the first trend line, right? The first one. Price broke it, went higher, came back down to correct, right? So for a long time, if you check this time, this is August 14th 2025, it's been correcting. It's been in this range, up and down till this very moment. So August till now, almost a year correcting. At the same time, it's accumulating liquidity. So we have liquidity at this point. Let me show you liquidity resting at this point, right? This is money, right? Sell side liquidity is resting here, right? So we're waiting for price to go up, and again, whoever sold here, stop losses could be here for the traders, right? People that trade this, the day traders, liquidity is resting here and here. So since we are long-term investors, we're not looking for short-term moves. We're not looking to catch short-term moves, right? We are long-term investors. So what we're doing is we are merging the fundamental analysis with technical analysis. So at this point, you can choose to buy because this stock is currently undervalued, or you wait if you feel like you can't. You can buy this here, you can buy this now at this point. It will be a good buy to buy, but a risky buy actually, right? You might be stuck here in price might even go lower, right? Price might go lower, and you might be stuck in that in drawdown for a long period of time, for even months. So if you're aggressive, you can buy now, or if you're conservative, you wait until price breaks this, similar to what happened here. Price broke this trend line, made a retest, then started going on, then you can place a buy here, right? So the same process, it came up here and dropped, right, inducing more sells here. Mind you, mind you, the Maansa financials are looking very promising. So that's what we're looking at, right? The company is doing well at the moment, right? So what we're looking for is for technical analysis to converge to give us a buy signal as well. Okay, so if you're aggressive, you can buy now, or if you're conservative, you wait for a break, then a retest, then you buy. Similar to what we have here: a break, a retest, then buy, a break, right, a retest, then buy. Or you buy now. If you want to buy now, you buy now, or you wait for this. Honeywell, similar, they are all moving in tandem at this point. Same thing, same old, right? The financials for Honeywell is doing pretty well at the moment, right? Their accounting, their books are looking promising. So we'll do this. This break went higher, came back down here. So you either buy now, because the stock is currently undervalued based on DCF fair value analysis. It's currently undervalued, right? Or you wait again for a break, strong break, mind you, a retest, and what, a follow through to the upside to this point to clear out this liquidity here and this liquidity here, then possibly go higher. So let's draw liquidity once again. Liquidity on both sides. So we trade liquidity, right? We trade liquidity. So price, looking for price to go higher, you know. Then let's see Mia. Now if you observe this guy is already breaking, right? It just broke this trend line, right? This corrective trend line. So you can place a buy here, because looking at Mia, it broke here and there was no room for retest, so it might not retest. So you might choose to place a buy now, or you wait for a full break, a full body candle break, right? A full body candle break, similar to this guy. The first break was here, but it was partial. So this is the second, the full body candle break, Maribozu. Right? This is a bullish signal. So if you don't want to wait for a retest, you buy here, or you wait for a retest, then you buy. So similar to that. So this is a partial break. So you might need to wait for today, which is Monday, the 11th of May 2026, to see what the candle, how the candle would look like. If it's a full body candle, then a buy would be appropriate, or you wait for a retest if you're conservative. If you're a conservative trader, you wait for a retest, then you place a buy to take out this high and this high and possibly go higher. Remember, liquidity resting here and here. Sterling as well has a promising fundamentals, right? So looking at this, we're waiting for price to come down here to break, retest, and buy. That's what we're looking for, right? Because the fundamentals are looking good. It's a buy. So you can choose to buy now, or you wait for, because if you check this out, right, price has been stalling around here for a long period of time, right, inducing buys for a long period of time. So never can tell what might happen at this point. Horizontal ray at this point, right? So plenty of liquidity around here. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Plenty of liquidity around here as well. So all of this part is liquidity, right? The sell side liquidity. So if price can dip from the current location all the way down to clear this liquidity creates more here and clear it, right? This will be a very good trade. Then you wait for a break of this trend line, right? Wait for a break of the trend line. If that happens, then we'll have to get rid of this guy, then focus on this trend line, then wait on this, then you place a buy. But at the moment, it's best to wait for this to play out. UBA UBA is one of the stocks that is currently severely undervalued, right? UBA will be a good buy at this point because analysts suggests the stock is trading way below its value, which is a value of 55 naira 50 kobo. So you can actually place a buy now. You can buy UBA at this point, right? You can buy at this point, or you wait for it to go higher, to come down correctively, because at the moment there is really no liquidity to clear at the upside. If you check out what happened here, we're expecting the same thing that happened here, right, to happen here as well. Price came down, went back up, corrected a couple of months, then broke out, then retest. If you see this, you're going to see a retest of price, right? It's corrected for a period of time. Corrected for a period of time, right? Months, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, break, right? Then it retests, then full body candle, then buy. So it did all of this from what time? From the 18th of January 2024 down to the 9th of August 2024. So you can see that will be 8 to 9 months, right? 8 months, right? 8 months of correction, right? So during this period, people were selling and selling and selling. So liquidity was resting at this high. So price did what? Went higher, cleared them out, and went higher. So that's what we're expecting. Even if it's a little correction like this guy, right? For price to give to us, we're waiting for the correction, go up, come down, trend line break, retest, then a buy. So UBA can be bought at this point. If you're aggressive, you buy at this point. If you're conservative, right, you wait for the correction, break, retest, then you buy. So for the corrective, for the aggressive buyers, you buy now. You're free to buy now. The corrective buyers, the conservative buyers, you wait for this to play out, for the correction, the corrective trend line to occur, and the break of the trend line, then the retest of the trend line to occur. FCMB, similar thing. Yeah, FCMB is currently undervalued. You wait for a correction, right? Break of the correction, which is this guy here, right? Then you wait for the correction, then you buy, or you can actually buy now. But if you're buying now, this is a trend line, everyone is buying, and you know what the market makers do when everyone is buying, right? They sell to you. So what you do is you wait for price to come down here, something like this, price to come down, maybe clear this low, and possibly this low, right? You wait for this to happen, right? Then you you come here, you do this, you wait for a corrective break, come down here, break, retest, then you buy. So for the conservative traders or investors, you can buy now. So if you're conservative, you can buy now. If you're aggressive, you buy here, which is now. You buy now. If you're conservative, you wait for this to play out, then you buy. Access holdings, similar thing. They are all moving the same way. They are all moving in tandem. Same process. Wait for a correction, corrective trend line, construction, break and retest, then you buy. Or you buy at this point if you are aggressive at this point. If you're aggressive, you don't want stress, you can feel free to buy here. If you're conservative, you buy here. Baker, similar thing. Baker, you can choose to buy now. Yeah, you can choose to buy now. This is a good price to buy and wait for price to go higher, or you wait for a pullback, a little pullback, just a little pullback here, then you buy. You buy. Similar thing. Fidelity. So Fidelity at the moment, very similar. Wait for a correction, break of the correction, retest, then you buy. Or you can choose to buy now as well, because Fidelity is currently trading, it's currently undervalued, right? Undervalued. The same thing. Buy now or you wait. GT Coal. For GT Coal, I'm looking for a correction because GT Coal at the moment is still undervalued, right? So the predicted fair value would be 185.2. So it's currently trading below its perceived value based on accounts, the company's books. So we're waiting for a corrective structure to occur, trend line break and a retest, then you buy. That's what we're waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. So I'm not going to buy this right now, even though this is still lower. This is still lower than its intrinsic value. I like to see a retest and a break of a retest. Sorry, I like to see a correction, then a break of the correction and a retest signifies to me that the selling is done, the trap is done, and the buyers are now heavily involved in the market. So I'm looking for a corrective structure like this, a break of that corrective structure, a retest, then a buy. So I'm not trading this at this moment. I'm not buying this for now. The next one will be Zenith Bank. Same thing with Zenith Bank. Wait for a corrective structure, then you break off the corrective structure, then you buy. Wema Bank at the moment is currently not a good stock to trade at the moment. The company is not doing well. The bank is not doing well financially. Based on their financial records, it's not doing well. The perceived value of Zenith Bank is currently 12 naira 55 kobo, which is way below its current value. So we're expecting price to come lower, right? To come really lower. Might even get to this point, the 12.55. So we're staying away from this, staying away from Wema for now. Dangote Sugar Refinery. This left already, but I'm still waiting for price, right? Still waiting for price to correct into this 16 naira. This is because, right, Dangote made an announcement that 500 million naira worth of new shares will be injected, will be given to investors that already bought, right, at the 16 naira mark, at the 16 naira price. So we might see price coming down a little, right? Price might correct when that occurs. So I'll be looking to trade that, right? I'll be looking to trade that. So if not for that, this was already a correction, a break and a retest, then you buy. This is actually a good buy. If you had bought at 71 and 70-ish, you would have been in profit by now. Let's go to Oando. So Oando is a very tricky stock because it's underneath the energy sector, right? So based on the accounting, right, the performance of Oando, it's a bad stock. The perceived value, they're really not doing well. They're in debt and negative cash flow at the moment, right? So this is not a good stock to buy based on fundamental analysis, but based on projection and acquisition and speculation, right, its perceived value is around should be higher, is way higher than this, right? So we don't know what will happen, but based on fundamentals, this is not a good stock to buy. But based on speculations and inputs, machines and things, policies, right, acquired assets, right, it's a buy. But based on fundamentals, accounting, the books of Oando, it is not a good stock to buy. So I'm staying away from this, even though the technicals, right, signaling buy at the moment, right? This is impulsive move, corrective move, impulse corrective, right? So this is actually a good buy. If had it been the fundamentals were okay, this would have been a perfect buy. But since that's not the case, I'll stay away from this for now. Dangote cement, it's a little bit over its fair value, so we just need to wait for some correction. Then, a couple of weeks time, we'll check out the fair value again. Next on the list is Northern Nigeria Flour Mill PLC. This stock is actually trading above its intrinsic value, which means it is currently overvalued. Yeah, so we're not interested in this for now. Nigerian breweries. Nigerian breweries at this point is currently undervalued, right? Fairly valued actually. So we just need price. We can choose to buy this at the moment, right? Because it is currently undervalued. You can choose to buy this. For aggressive traders, you can buy this, but the upside, the margin of safety is a bit too small. It's next to nothing. It has a little, very little margin of safety from year to year, quite little. So you can choose to buy this now. This will be a good time to buy, or you wait for a correction. Right? So from an M, let's say an M, a W formation, right? This is very typical. Then a retest, then a buy to the side, or even go higher. So that's what, either you wait for this to occur or you just buy right now, your choice. MTN Nigeria is currently below its intrinsic value, right? You can choose to buy now, but the margin of safety is quite low, so I'm waiting for a deep retracement. If MTN will give us that, a deep retracement for a couple of weeks or months, a breakout, a retest, then we'll buy, because MTN is actually a very good stock to buy at this point. So Cadbury Nigeria, bad stock. It's currently a bad stock, right? Their fundamentals are really poor, so we're waiting for price to come down to this point, then we'll see what next to do. Last but not the least, Stanbic IBTC Holdings. Very similar. The stock is the accounting, their books aren't looking good at the moment, right? So we'll stay away from this. Thank you very much for your time. Do not forget to comment, to like, and to subscribe. See you next week. Bye bye.